Well, yeah, my name is Duncan Dobie. I'm a freelance writer from Marietta, Georgia. I've been coming to the show, gosh, 7 or 8 years, and I think I missed maybe 1 year, maybe two times during COVID when things were locked down. But I just love this show. As a writer in my career, I've written a lot of books mainly about deer hunting, but I've always been an avid turkey hunter, and I've written a lot of turkey hunting stories as well. I can't remember how I even heard about the show, but I heard about it and got real interested. I have always loved old things, old rifles, old turkey calls, the way the old, our grandfathers and great grandfathers did it 50, 60, 80 years ago. And so I got real intrigued with coming up here, and I've been coming ever since. Most of my books revolve around deer hunting in some aspect, but I do a lot of stories about turkeys. So I love to turkey hunt, and this show is a real treasure. Yesterday, a man came up to my booth and he was looking at one of my books, and he said, I said, "Where are you from?" He said, "I'm from Columbia, South Carolina." And he said, "I've had this on my bucket list for 3 years to come to this show. I've been hearing so much about it." And he said, "I couldn't come, work and everything, but I finally got away this year." And he was so excited to be here. He drove all the way from Columbia. I talked to people yesterday from Mississippi, from North Carolina, from Virginia. Guys come from all over to see this show because it has a reputation, and it's a one of a kind. It's a real gem in the North Georgia mountains. So it's so much fun to be here and be a part of it. And I have a new book coming out soon, probably, well, I hope I'll have it by 2025 show. And it's a collection of turkey hunting stories that I've written over the years, and I'm real excited about it. It's called 1,000 Distant Gobbles, and it's got some really good stories in it, so I'm happy about that. So this book is called Arthur Woody, The Legend of the Barefoot Ranger, the man who brought deer back to the North Georgia mountains. Arthur Woody was a forest ranger who was appointed by the Forest Service in 1918. And he is actually the man responsible for bringing deer. He protected the turkeys in his Blue Ridge Wildlife Management Area. He actually started the first wildlife management area in Georgia, which was the Blue Ridge. And he protected the turkeys so well that when the state started stocking turkeys later on, they didn't have to stock in that area because they already had a lot of turkeys. He really protected them. He brought deer back to the North Georgia mountains. And he also stocked rainbow and brown trout during his career. So he was the first person to ever stock trout in the mountains, rainbows and brown trout from out west. And so he was just a kind of a larger than life type hero type, mentor to a lot of people. And so it was a lot of fun writing this book, and people just love reading about all his exploits. And so this is one of my really popular books. So this year, this just came out. This is called Dawn of American Deer Hunting, Volume 3. This is the third volume in a series. This just came out last fall. And this book goes back in time. It takes you back to yesteryear, deer hunting back in the old days, the way it was, with the old rifles, the old Remington Model 8s and old Winchesters and Remingtons. And it has a lot of photos and each photo sort of has a little story. And this really takes in all of North America, wherever whitetails are found. These old photos going back to the early 1900s, again, have stories about what was going on back in those days, the way they did it before we had trail cameras and all the gadgets and gizmos that we have today. So people love going back in time, and I love writing about the old stuff. So it's a lot of fun doing a book like this.